This segment is sponsored by Small Unites.
Small business certainly is the lifeblood of every community across the country, including ours here in the greater Richmond region. We're joined today by Floyd E. Miller II, President and CEO of the Metropolitan Business League. Floyd, it's wonderful to see you. Thanks for making time.
Good morning, Jessica. Thanks for having me today.
It is our pleasure. Really interested in having this conversation, getting your perspective in this world that we're in today from the Metropolitan Business League's perspective over the last year. Plenty of challenges, but let's start at the top. Can you tell me a little bit about the mission of Metropolitan Business League?
Yeah, again, Jessica, thank you for having me this morning. We are a nonprofit membership-based organization who aims to foster small business development. And our mission is to promote economic prosperity in Virginia through leadership, education, training, and advocacy for small women and minority-owned businesses.
Covering a lot of ground. And I will say that even in the best of circumstances, it's challenging enough being a small business with all the hard work that it takes. This last year has been it's an understatement to say a curveball, but what have you seen and experienced along with the member base that you have over the last year, some of the challenges?
The Metropolitan Business League, we were already looking at providing online resources and training. And so since the pandemic, over 60% of businesses are in danger of closing. And so we've tried to provide as much virtual training as well as grants and resources for those businesses.
We connected with one of your members, and this really speaks to the work that you've been able to do. Tell us a little bit about Terrell of Tier 7 Eatery and the pivot that she was able to make.
Well, she's an incredible business owner, but I can't speak on that unless I tell you about the project that we were able to put together. It's called the We Care RVA Rebuild Project. It's a $1.5 million relief fund to support small businesses impacted by COVID-19 and social justice demonstrations. And she was one of our recipients in the first round of grant funding. We were able to give her $5,000 so that she could pivot. She actually had a storefront restaurant. And with the funding that we were able to give her, as well as some of the technical assistance that we provide, she was able to pivot and start her food truck, and it's been going quite well for her.
For Tierra, this was everything, and we connected with Tierra. Here's what she had to share.
I started Tier 7 Eatery because I just was looking for something different. I've been an entrepreneur for many, many years, and I transitioned into another business field, and I wanted to see what I love to do. So when I thought about it, I love food. I love to eat. It makes me happy. So why not make a career out of that? So one summer I did a pilot, and Tier 7 was born. And from that, it was a go. I looked for a building. I started off in the Petersburg Public Library, and then we just kind of expanded to Chester and Glen Allen. And then the pandemic hit. I applied for a lot. Anything that I could find, I applied for it, and it really helped to transition the business. It helped to keep us afloat because I still had vendors that needed to be paid. We still have equipment that we lease. So we still had taxes and insurance that did not stop. And trying to make payment arrangements and everything, it only took you so far because sometimes you end up deeper in the hole. So learning about the grants, it really, really was eye-opening. And I'm so grateful and appreciative because that has helped a lot. I don't know what we would have done. And now that we're kind of coming out on the other side of this, I wouldn't have been able to do it without the grants. What we do is provide a personal touch. For example, when we do catering, we don't just email a catering menu. We actually find out what you like. What's your husband allergic to? Are the kids eating? It's a lot that goes into it to make things personal for